welcome back, everybody. This is the Brandon Ivey Show coming to you with another tip of the day. This tip is called Become the Best That You Could Possibly Be. And this is dedicated to a special friend of mine after having a long talk. And this person knows who I'm talking about. Now, becoming the best person that you can possibly be. And I'm going to quote basically a lesson that Jim Rohn talked about. And what he was saying was, only in nature do you have every single organism on this planet that strives to become the absolute best of what they can be. It's in their genetic code. Animals strive to become the best they can be. If you look at animals in wild, animals in nature, lions, tigers, bears. Look at trees. Trees grow as high as they possibly can until they can't grow anymore. They don't grow halfway. Their genetic code makes them grow to full length if they're uninterrupted. Bees attempt to have the best hive they can possibly have. Ants attempt to have the best colony they could possibly have. There's only one organism on this entire planet that does not strive to be the best they could be, mostly on an individual basis, and that's humans. Because we have the power of choice. God gave us a brain. And we can choose the direction and the path of our life. The one thing we can't control, though, is the genetics, which determines our eye color, our hair color, how tall we're going to be, how short we're going to be, even how long we may live naturally. Although we control our health by our habits. But there's something else that we have that separates us from animals and plants. And it's the fact that we also have talents, God-given talents that are unique to us. Albert Einstein once said that the greatest talents and ideas man has ever created is in the graveyards of men, never to have seen the light. Because we choose not to be the best we possibly can be. We're born. We're taught to follow certain instructions. We're taught to do and act certain ways in society. Once we're grown up, we now have a choice and direction, but we follow the rat race. And we go to work, and we get on a job, and we have a family, and we work that job like a slave until we die. Only to reach the end of your life, and the most number one thing that people say on their deathbed is that they never really lived. They wish they had more time. They wish they would have taken that risk. They wish they would have done more. Do more, be more, become more. It's in all of our hands, and we all have talents, but because of the way society is structured and we're taught, we're never allowed to explore what each of our own natural talents and gifts may be. Some people are lucky enough to discover whatever their talent is, but still choose not to pursue it. Now see, I challenge this friend of mine. This friend of mine has a talent loving to help people, wanting to make people happy, wanting to be a servant, and that's a great talent to have. But there's also a fear in there as well. Because to reach the most amount of people, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. To do some of the things that you know you might like to do, you're afraid of failure. You're afraid that things may not go your way. So you decide not to. What about picking up that musical instrument? And not just performing it for yourself, but performing it for others. You're afraid to get on stage. What if you have an idea or a thought that can change somebody's life, but to do so you have to get on stage to share that information? But you're too scared to do that, so your information, your seed, never gets planted in the mind of somebody else who could maybe even develop something even greater if you planted that seed. It never got to them. So if you have a talent, and all of you do, then it is your God-given right and purpose to become more than what you currently are, and to maximize, become as great as you possibly can be. Jim Rohn said late in his life, he said, I'm still here because obviously I'm not finished yet, and I'm going to continue to work. At an LA meeting, I met a 72-year-old man who still runs marathons. He's probably in better shape than me. And he said, as long as I draw breath, I'm going to get up early every morning, and I'm going to continue to do the Lord's work and helping other people out there. I'm not going to sit home in my rocking chair waiting for my day to come. And vastly, about 97% of all humans make a logic choice not to become more. They stay in a mediocre state. And then it's worse for the ones who actually discover that they have a talent, yet still choose to keep that talent hidden. If you have a goal to help people, you have a talent that allows you to connect, that can solve people's problems, then I challenge you to not just help one or two or three people in your family, your local neighborhood, somebody you may come in contact with, but put yourself in a position that's going to allow you to have access and influence over thousands of people, not dozens. You want to make a difference? There's 5 billion people on this planet. Influence as many people as you possibly can. Become the best you possibly can. Mind, body, and spirit. And by doing so, more people will remember and speak your name than in 2 or 3 generations in your own family. You'd be amazed at how many kids that don't know their grandfather's name. Why? Because they didn't do anything important for them. Never left a legacy. What are you going to leave behind? Will people remember your name? Will you have an impact? Or will you just be a blink in the eye of eternity? And it's all back left to us. I love that line in the Matrix where it says it's all about choice. Like what the Merovingian said, it said, choice is nothing but illusion given by those with real power. It's not so much different from the reality of today. For example, somebody told me, I have choice. I choose what I want to do in my life, really. Choose not to go to work tomorrow. You're free. Go somewhere where the government can't track you. Why would you not do that? Because there's consequences to that choice. So you're really not free. You think you have choice, but you don't. Real choice is like what I have. Waking up when I'm finished sleeping. Going wherever I want to go, buying what I want to buy, just because you feel like it. That's choice. But you all do have a choice, no matter what the consequence is. But if you make your choice based on the consequence, then it's just an illusion. Anyways, this is the Brandon Ivey Show. Become the most that you could possibly be. And as always, remember to live one dream at a time. Bye-bye.